Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have another local community mourning the loss of an officer in law enforcement, this time in Clermont County. Detective Bill Brewer died as he was shot in Pierce Township on the green at Royal Oak Apartments. He was a 20-year veteran of the Sheriff's Department. He has a wife and a 5-year-old son. Lieutenant Nick DeRose was also wounded. He is now out of the hospital. He has served with the office for 22 years. The Sheriff's Office tells us this started with a 911 call for a barricaded suicidal person. That person was 23-year-old Wade Wynn. You're looking at him right there. He told the operator he was armed and that he thought someone was in his apartment. We have a team of reporters on all of this for you. Our Evan Millward is anchoring our coverage from Pierce Township tonight. Evan.
Yeah, thanks, Tanya. You know, we were with you through this into the wee hours of the morning out here on air on online to cap off 12 hours of hell for the people and the deputies who were responding to this late into the night, early into the morning. The apartment Wynn was in caught fire early this morning. It happened live on Good Morning Tri-State as we were all watching together. You can see behind me, this building is gutted. There is serious damage here, but we know no one was hurt in this fire. Investigators still haven't said what sparked this fire just yet. I want to bring in Josh Bazan, who was out here. You were with us again last night into the wee hours of the morning. One of the first people out here in terms of reporters caught in some of the fire here. You've been finally able to focus in on a timeline of how this all kind of shook out, Josh.
Exactly, yeah. So we know now the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, often called the BCI, is handling that investigation. And last night it was kind of chaotic, but we know it took over 12 hours, about 12 hours. So we're going to walk you through exactly what happened, when it happened last night.
It's a very sad morning for the Clermont County Sheriff's Office.
Everything started just before 7 o'clock Saturday night. Pierce Township Police responded to a 911 call for a psychiatric check. Police say 23-year-old Wade Wynn barricaded himself inside his apartment on St. Andrews Drive and was suicidal. At 8:15, police say the first gunshots were fired from inside the apartment. 10 minutes later, the Clermont County Special Response Team arrived and began negotiating with Wynn using loudspeakers. The Clermont County Sheriff's Office says shots were fired from inside the apartment again at 10:37 p.m.
The members from the SRT team were near the apartment. 2 deputies from Clermont County Sheriff's Office were struck.
One deputy, Detective Bill Brewer, was taken to the hospital where he died.
It was just over and over again, like, Bill, stick with us, stay with us, man, stay with us, man. And like, it broke my heart.
Lieutenant Nick DeRose was also injured. He was treated at the hospital and released. Negotiations and gunshots continued through the night. Around 6:30 Sunday morning, fire could be seen at the same apartment complex, and at 6:36, law enforcement arrested Wynn, bringing an end to the situation nearly 12 hours later.
The Clermont County Sheriff's Office says it will likely have a news conference tomorrow to give us more information about exactly what happened. And obviously, Evan will be following that closely and providing updates.
Yeah, Josh, thank you. As everything was starting to finally calm down out here, a breathtaking scene happening on the other part of our viewing area, a procession from the Hamilton County Coroner's Office, where Detective Brewer's body had been for several hours, brought him all the way across back into Clermont County to a funeral home in Amelia. Chopper 9 was over that procession, following it for you as it made its way down 471 out to 275, then State Route 125 in Amelia. And really take a look here. In some of this video from Chopper 9, you can see people just pulling off to the side of the road. They knew what this was, and they were getting out of their cars, offering a chance to salute and say thank you, a silent thank you, as Detective Brewer's body continued by. Obviously, it goes without saying, this is a dynamic, complex, and very dangerous situation. 9 on your side's Kristen Swilley is drilling deeper into the challenges that these law enforcement officers were facing over 12 hours last night. She has that part of the story live from the Sheriff's Office. Kristen.
Yeah, good evening, Evan. As you just alluded to, there's so much of an outpouring throughout this community, and right here at the Clermont County Sheriff's Office, on every post, at every tree, that blue ribbon wrapped around in honor of that ultimate sacrifice that was made today. We were there as members of this community wrapped their arms around members of the law enforcement family.
Hopefully it comes to an end soon.
They line the streets in silent reflection, hands over their hearts and hanging on to each other, hoping this won't soon happen again.
I've been here since 1962, and just hate to see any cop get shot. I know quite a few of them down here.
As Detective Bill Brewer's body arrived at this funeral home, he was greeted by dozens showing up to pay their respects.
Down here for many years. I was on fire department, and it's just heartbreaking, very heartbreaking.
I know for a fact that every police officer in Clermont County is suffering right now. Usually, if I give condolences, I say I give condolences to both families, blood and blue, because this is really difficult.
Gene Ferrara worked in law enforcement for 5 decades. He spent many of those years as a tactical trainer with the SWAT team and trained officers on tactical negotiations and hostage negotiations around the country. He says this is one of the most dangerous parts of the job.
To get them to settle put the weapon down, march out, give up, and surrender, and everybody walks away and goes home at night. That's the fervent hope of every police agency, is to be able to do that in this situation.
Here in Clermont County, where the worst case scenario played out, Ferrara says this community's show of support means the world.
Thank you just for saying that, just for recognizing that what we do out here is really service.
And of course, we will let you know as soon as we hear word of any sort of a public memorial service or other ways that you can help. Reporting live at the Clermont County Sheriff's Office this evening, Kristen Swilly, 9 on your side.
Yeah, Kristen, thank you for breaking that down for us. It really a powerful moment, several powerful moments along that procession route. You know, tributes are pouring in already tonight for Detective Brewer. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and his wife, First Lady Fran, saying that they are heartbroken for this loss. Just a few hours ago, they wrote, "In honor of a life of service, all flags at public buildings will be flown at half staff until the day of Brewer's burial." And as you can imagine, any municipality, any police department, any fire department in our area and many across the state of Ohio also offering their condolences, many offering their services to the jurisdictions here in Clermont County as well. Tanya, as you know, the thin blue line is as strong, if not stronger, than blood in many cases. And so far, 2019 in our area has been rather unfair to the men and women in uniform.
Our community at large grieving once again. Evan Millward anchoring our coverage live tonight. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a little while. Folks, adding to everything else that has happened, Wade Wynn was live broadcasting from his Instagram account in the middle of all of this. And we've also been digging into court records to learn more about Wynn. He has pleaded guilty to a couple of marijuana cases in Clermont County. He was accused of improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle last year. Wynn is pleading not guilty in that case. He is now charged with aggravated murder. He was already due in court tomorrow regarding a temporary protection order. 9 on your side will be there for you.